Yo, I'm going to tell y'all niggas straight up. If you believe that Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder fight outcome was the right call, it was the right call, nigga. Or even worse, if you believe that Deontay Wilder won this fight and he should have gotten the decision over Tyson Fury, then I suggest you get a refund, because your bum ass glasses are clearly not fucking working. They're broken. They're defected. You understand me? So I'm gonna tell you straight up, Deontay Wilder lost this fight against Tyson Fury. Nobody's gonna tell me. Nobody's gonna convince me. No one is going to be able to convince me. I'm not talking about this guy. I'm not talking about that guy. I'm not talking about anybody but myself. Nobody's going to be able to convince me that Deontay Wilder beat Tyson Fury. I know what you're going to say. Oh, but you see that knockdown in round 12. You see the way he laid him out. He was on his backside. It looked like he got shot dead. But did he stay down? That's the question. No. Fury got up and he went to the end of the fight. It wasn't a knockout. Now I'm going to ask you this question. You take away the 2 knockdowns that Deontay Wilder scored, and do you see yourself giving Deontay Wilder a single round in this fight? I think the answer is pretty obvious. I think the answer is no. Because as far as I'm concerned, I only gave Deontay Wilder 2 rounds. I gave this man 2 rounds, and it was the 2 rounds where he knocked down Tyson Fury. And by the way, in those 2 rounds, I had Tyson Fury winning those rounds leading up to the knockdown. I believe the first knockdown happened in round 7, round 8, if I'm not mistaken. It was a back of the head shot. I gave that round to Wilder, but Wilder was losing that round. And of course, the last knockdown, the most vicious knockdown, the most brutal knockdown occurred in round 12 when Wilder threw that right hand and he followed up with a really, crazy hook, left hook. That it looked like Tyson Fury fell and was shot dead. It looked like the fight was over. I gave that round to Deontay Wilder because that knockdown was, it stood out. You have to give it to Deontay Wilder. But even after Tyson Fury got up from that knockdown, he still managed to, in my opinion, win the remaining seconds of the round. Right? So again, you take away those 2 rounds, I can't see Wilder winning any round. Like I gave Tyson Fury 10 rounds in this fight. And I gave Wilder 2 rounds, the rounds where he knocked down Tyson Fury. So how the heck is this considered a draw? How is this considered a draw? The judges make it out to seem like this was a highly competitive fight and Deontay Wilder was, winning several rounds against Tyson Fury, but he wasn't. He was getting schooled, man. Look at the people who are talking about this fight. Everyone's agreeing with me. They're saying, look, they felt this was a robbery. You look at guys like Lennox Lewis, Floyd Mayweather Jr. They were saying that they felt Tyson Fury won. Again, Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, only really is able to get away with certain things is because of his power. That's always been his bailout. Wilder has bailed himself out several times because of his power. In this case, he bailed himself out because he knocked down Tyson Fury. But in my opinion, it still wasn't enough. I felt that Wilder didn't do enough to win this fight. I still felt that Deontay Wilder lost against Tyson Fury. Because you can't knock a guy down twice and those are the only rounds you win, but then the other guy wins every other single round. And then decide this is a draw. You know what would have been a draw? Let's say he would have knocked him down, but let's say he was winning several rounds. Let's say up to by the time the stoppage. For example, James DeGale versus Bada Jack. That was a fucking draw. Because if you look at that fight, the first half of the fight, James DeGale was outboxing Bada Jack. You look at that, you would think to yourself, oh man, James DeGale was easily outboxing Bada Jack. But look at what happened after round 6. James DeGale started slowing down. Bada Jack started applying more pressure. And then throughout the last 6 rounds, And throughout the championship rounds, it was all Bada Bujack. So when you look at that fight, you could see why it came out to a draw. Because it was like, oh shit, the first half of the fight, Bada Bujack was losing. He was getting outboxed. James DeGale looked like he was just too quick on his feet for Bada Bujack. But the second half, Bada Bujack was catching up, letting his hands go way more, and James DeGale was slowing down, and he was getting outworked by Bada Bujack. That could be a draw. But when you see a situation like this, Wilder was getting his ass schooled every single round, even in the rounds he knocked down Tyson Fury. Even in those fucking rounds, he was getting his ass whooped. When he knocked Tyson Fury down the first time with that back of the head shot, he was losing that round. Go look at the score. Look at the Showtime comments. Look at the scorecards. The show that Steve Farhard had Tyson Fury winning pretty much I think Steve Farhard gave Deontay Wilder one round. And it was the round where he knocked him down. The majority of people were saying that Tyson Fury was winning this fight. Like, if you guys have eyes, if you guys aren't blind, if you guys aren't biased, even the most hardcore Deontay Wilder fans will tell you that Deontay Wilder should have lost this fight. You mean to tell me knocking down a dude in the last round means you win a fight that you lost every single round against the guy? It doesn't make sense, people. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say. It's just it's absolutely disgusting, but it makes sense as to why this happened, because they don't want to ruin Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. That's really the only explanation.